The worst confrontation in years between two of the world's nuclear-armed nations has led to urgent calls for maximum restraint. Last night, India fired missiles into Pakistan and Pakistan administered Kashmir, calling it revenge for a deadly militant attack on tourists last month. Pakistan responded, describing yesterday's strikes as an act of war and pledging retaliation, with military chiefs in Islamabad tonight claiming that 31 people were killed. It is the latest escalation in a bitter and simmering rivalry between the two countries. With the latest, here's our global security editor, Rohit Katru.
This was meant to be payback. India's reprisals for an attack against civilians, which has now brought two nuclear powers into direct conflict. Panic in the streets. Everyone knew that a response was possible, perhaps even likely, and yet no one could be prepared when they heard the blasts and saw the flames. This man says he heard 6 explosions, which forced evacuations. This was Operation Sindoor, assaults which lasted 25 minutes. It's not clear, though, whether the attacks are truly over.
They focused on dismantling the terrorist infrastructure and disabling terrorists likely to be sent across to India.
What appeared to be aircraft wreckage seen in Indian-administered Kashmir. Casualties there too as Pakistan responded with cross-border shelling. India has said it targeted 9 different sites, what it called terrorist infrastructure. Some were here in the part of Kashmir administered by Pakistan, but it's the strikes here which have greater potential to escalate the situation. Inside Pakistan itself, undisputed territory. Almost immediately, India called their operation focused, measured and non-escalatory, an attempt to offer an off-ramp to Pakistan. But it's unlikely to take it. Pakistan's Prime Minister spoke to the nation a few minutes ago and said India had made a mistake, vowing they must pay back.
These are captured Pakistani raiders.
For decades, Kashmir has been the prize which has placed the two neighbours in a state of almost perpetual tension. But it was an attack against tourists 2 weeks ago that tipped the mood, sparking widespread fury in India. Survivors said Hindu men were singled out by the attackers. Today, Indian officials showed us this map of what it said was a terrorist training camp. ITV News has identified it to this spot. It's labelled on the map as a primary healthcare centre inside undisputed Pakistani territory. India says it was a logistics hub for cross-border infiltration. Footage from a different site shows the badly damaged domes at a mosque. It's consistent with these images shared by India, which said it was being used as a terrorist headquarters. And this site, identified by India as a terror training camp used for storing arms. Footage on the ground shows that a mosque and some houses were hit. Tonight, Indian media reports that at least a dozen civilians were killed in shelling by Pakistan in the part of Kashmir that India administers. This appears to be a dangerous moment. Rohit Katru, ITV News.